Hello and welcome to My India. I'm your host, Sarah Walsh. Over the past decade, India's foreign policy has undergone a significant transformation, guided by a nation-first approach that has strengthened its global standing and deepened strategic partnerships. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi becomes the longest continuously serving elected Prime Minister in India's history, the country is expanding its diplomatic outreach across the neighborhood and the Indo-Pacific. Recent high-level engagements with Nepal and Indonesia underscore India's focus on regional cooperation, connectivity, and shared growth. Take a look. Over the past 12 years, India has transformed its global image from asking, "Why India?" to inspiring, "Why not India?" Under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, New Delhi has adopted a more confident, proactive, and strategically autonomous foreign policy, positioning itself as a key voice in global affairs. The milestone comes as India expands its diplomatic outreach with focus on connectivity, economic growth, and strategic partnerships. Reflecting this momentum, Nepal's Foreign Minister Shishir Khanal visited New Delhi on the first ministerial-level trip by Kathmandu's new government. The talks focused on connectivity, energy cooperation, and strengthening bilateral ties, with Nepal reaffirming its commitment to resolving outstanding issues through dialogue and established mechanisms.
On all fronts, we've discussed very openly through open heart, and we've also discussed about solving the outstanding issues that remains between the two countries through the existing mechanisms that we have. And there are many mechanisms. So first priority is to actually activating those mechanisms.
Beyond its neighborhood, India continued to deepen ties in the Indo-Pacific. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Indonesian Foreign Minister Sugiono met in New Delhi to review the growing India-Indonesia partnership. The discussions focused on regional and global developments, with both sides reaffirming their commitment to closer cooperation and stronger coordination in regional and multilateral forums, underscoring the steady momentum and ties between the two nations.
Our joint commission is happening after 4 years, and I think it's important to recognize that in those 4 years, actually we made good progress in our bilateral relations. We celebrated the 75 years of establishment of our bilateral ties in 2025. We had the honor to welcome President Prabowo on his state visit and as chief guest for India's 76th Republic Day last year. When I had called on His Excellency during that visit, I very much valued the guidance provided by him on further developing our multifaceted bilateral ties.
As New Delhi and Jakarta deepen their engagement, Indonesia stressed the importance of sustained dialogue and closer coordination to further strengthen the strategic partnership.
Despite of the timing, I hope that this visit will put the closeness and the deeper relations between both of our countries, and I think it is also a timely and important meeting to allow us to review on the progress of our cooperation since the last JCM we held in 2022 to address outstanding subjects that both to our common interests and follow up the result of the leaders' meeting during President Prabowo visit to India, and of course to chart the way forward to translate this partnership into more concrete outcomes.
With stronger neighborhood ties and growing Indo-Pacific partnerships, India is steadily expanding its diplomatic footprint. As Prime Minister Modi's tenure reaches a historic milestone, New Delhi's foreign policy continues to project India as a confident, influential, and increasingly indispensable voice on the global stage. Big dreams don't always need big beginnings. In Ranchi, a group of young innovators is proving that passion, creativity, and perseverance can turn limited resources into limitless possibilities. What began in a small room has evolved into an inspiring journey of aeromodeling and drone innovation, demonstrating how determination and imagination can help young minds soar to new heights. At first glance, it looks like a real aircraft soaring through the sky, complete with intricate details and a lifelike design. But this is not a full-sized airplane. It's an aero model built by Ranchi's Santosh Ram and his friends. What began as a passion for learning, experimenting, and creating something new has now taken flight, transforming a small room into a hub of innovation and dreams. From the outside, the room may seem ordinary, but inside, every model hanging on the walls tells a story of perseverance and creativity. Despite limited resources, Santosh never lacked determination. Through self-learning and countless experiments, he mastered the art of aeromodeling. Over the years, his skills have grown remarkably, and today he builds models capable of actual flight. His work has earned him recognition across the city, and along with his friends, he regularly showcases his creations at science exhibitions and government events.
मुझे छोटे प्लेन बनाना और उड़ाना बहुत ही पसंद है। मैं जब स्कूल में था तब से ही मुझे लगता था कि कुछ अच्छा बनाना है, कुछ अलग बनाना है। तब से मैं छोटा छोटा एयरक्राफ्ट बनाना स्टार्ट किया, लेकिन स्टार्टिंग में मुझे बहुत कुछ सामना करना पड़ता था, उड़ नहीं पाता था प्लेन। मैंने उस पर बहुत कुछ ऐड करते गया, उस प्लेन को बनाते गया, उस पर बहुत सारा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सामान लगाते गया। उसके बाद फिर मेरा प्लेन फ्लाइंग होना स्टार्ट हुआ।
Every aero model crafted by Santosh reflects his technical skills, creativity, and relentless dedication. Having mastered the art of aero modeling, he and his team are now exploring advanced drone technology and pushing the boundaries of innovation. Inspired by his passion and vision, many of his friends have joined this journey, turning their free time into an opportunity to learn, create, and innovate together.
मुलाकात संतोष से बहुत पहले हुआ था, जब मैं स्कूल टाइम से ही हम दोनों साथ में पढ़ाई करते थे। तो मुझे नहीं पता था कि इससे कुछ बनाने का शौक़ है या कुछ उड़ाने का शौक़ है। बस बात चलता था कि कुछ करना है, कि चार पंखों वाला एक ड्रोन होता है, तो वो बना के लोगों को दिखाना है और साथ में उसको फ्लाइंग कराना है। तो मैंने भी बोला कि चलो ट्राई करते हैं भाई। सपना एक रहता है कि उसको पूरा करने में ज़्यादा अच्छा लगेगा।
Santosh's journey has been shaped by the unwavering support of his family. After losing his father at a young age, his mother and elder brother became his strongest pillars of support. Despite growing up in a small town, he dared to dream big. Today, his achievements are a source of immense pride for his family, especially his mother.
ये 7 क्लास के आखन से ये सब करते रहा, आते रहा, बनाते रहा, अपना अपना कुछ कुछ प्रोजेक्ट सब मिलता था, वो सब बनाता था, दिखाता था। तो वही सब में आगे बढ़ते गया, सीखते गया। फिर एक दिन तैयार किया, तब मम्मी हम ये चीज़ बनाए हैं कह के बताया, उड़ा करके दिखाया, देखे सब कोई बाहर में मिल के। तो हमको भी अच्छा लगा कि चलो मेरा बेटा आगे बढ़ रहा है।
Santosh's story is more than a hobby. It is a testament to the power of dreams, determination, and innovation. It shows how young minds from small towns are breaking barriers and aiming higher than ever before. With little more than a small room, a group of friends, and an unwavering passion to create, they're proving that great ideas can take flight from anywhere and inspire a brighter future. Karnataka's Kalaburgi witnessed a heartwarming display of communal harmony during the 622nd Urs of 14th century Sufi saint Hazrat Khwaja Banda Nawaz Gesudaras. Thousands of devotees from different states participated in the grand sandal procession and religious ceremonies. Amid the celebrations, members of both Hindu and Muslim communities participated in the procession, reflecting a shared spirit of faith and togetherness. The gesture highlighted the spirit of brotherhood, mutual respect, and unity, underscoring India's enduring tradition of peaceful coexistence and cultural harmony.
The 622nd Urs of 14th century Sufi saint Hazrat Khwaja Banda Nawaz Gesudaras was celebrated in Kalaburgi with great devotion and enthusiasm. The annual event drew devotees from different communities and regions. The highlight of the celebrations was the traditional sandal procession. Following special prayers at the Dargah, the ceremonial procession began from the public garden and wound its way through the city before reaching the shrine.
हिंदू मुस्लिम भाईचारे के लिए भी हज़रत ख्वाजा बंदा नवाज गेसुदरास की बारगाह सबसे अहम है। मैं ये दावे के साथ कह सकता हूँ कि जिस तरीक़े का यहाँ पे रस्मात अंजाम दिए जाते हैं वैसे कहीं नहीं है। जो झेले की रस्म यहाँ उर्स से तकरीबन 1 महीना पहले होती है, वो 1 महीना पहले वाली रस्म में एक हिंदू भाई और एक मुस्लिम भाई मिलकर झेले की रस्म अंजाम देते हैं।
But beyond the rituals and religious observances, it was the spirit of communal harmony that stood out. As temperatures soared to nearly 45 degrees Celsius, Hindu volunteers lined the route, distributing cold drinking water to Muslim devotees participating in the procession.
ख्वाजा बंदे नवाज जी का 622 उर्स में जो भी जुलूस निकल रहा है, यहाँ से जुलूस में हज़ारों लोगों का आप इधर भीड़ दिख रहे हैं। और इस गर्मी में आज कलबुर्गी में लगभग 45 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर है। इस टेम्परेचर में हम सभी जुलूस में जिस लोगों ने आए ना, सब धर्म का लोग इधर पार्टिसिपेट करे हैं और उस सभी को कोल्ड वाटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इधर हो रहा है।
The simple act of service became a powerful symbol of unity, reflecting the values that the Sufi saint championed centuries ago: compassion, humanity, and mutual respect.
Now, let's delve into World in Focus, featuring the latest global developments and events shaping our world.
Crowds gathered in downtown Cairo over the weekend to watch live performances and art shows after a street was turned into an open-air cultural space under the government-backed Art Street initiative. The program, launched last month, is held on Al Sharifain Street, where open-air performances take place every weekend. It features music, painting, dance, folk performances, and street acrobatics, drawing families, tourists, and young people to the area. Art Street is run jointly by the Cairo Governorate and the Ministry of Culture with the Egyptian Academy of Arts, responsible for the program, oversight, and participants' selection. It is part of government efforts to revive cultural life and bring art into public spaces. Nabila Hassan, president of the Egyptian Academy of Arts, said. Visitors said the initiative has brought new life to the city centre. A group of indigenous Taiwanese left to paddle to the Philippines on a hand-built wooden canoe across the Bashi Channel, reviving a maritime route dormant for hundreds of years and re-establishing a lost cultural connection. The Tao people of the Taiwan's Orchid Island, sitting in the Pacific Ocean some 50 nautical miles off the southeastern county of Taitung, are closely related to the indigenous people of the Batanes Islands to the north of Philippines, Luzon. The 20-seat canoe named Ovion or Golden Friendship was crafted by builders from 6 communities or Orchid Island as part of a government-backed project, and the trip will take around 24 hours with 60 people taking turns to row. The Bashi Channel is a highly strategic waterway connecting the South China Sea to the Pacific, and where Chinese warships frequently patrol. Orchid Island is a popular tourist destination, but poor weather and its remoteness often cuts it off from Taiwan. The Tao are one of the smaller indigenous groups in Taiwan with a population of only around 5,000. Less than 3% of Taiwan's 23 million people are from indigenous groups. Mariachis, pre-Hispanic warriors and giant Day of the Dead figures filled one of Mexico City's main avenues as the capital staged a colorful World Cup themed parade blending football fever with Mexican tradition. The procession moved along Paseo de la Reforma to the Monument to the Revolution, featuring Catrina skeletons, alebrijes and floats celebrating past World Cup tournaments hosted by Mexico. Spectators lined the route and watched as performers danced alongside floats carrying oversized replicas and photographs of late football icons such as Pelé and Diego Maradona. For many tourists, the parade offered a first glimpse of traditions usually seen later in the year. The parade is part of Mexico City's celebrations as the country co-hosts the 2026 FIFA World Cup with the US and Canada.
Farming today is no longer just about growing crops, it's about building global businesses. In Pune, premium Dutch roses bloom inside high-tech polyhouses before making their way to international markets. How is this region powering a multi-crore flower export industry? And what role is technology playing in this floral success story? Find out in this exclusive report. Growing premium Dutch roses takes far more than fertile soil. It requires a carefully engineered microclimate. While Mauvel's pleasant weather provides the perfect foundation, the real transformation happens inside these state-of-the-art polyhouses. Here, sensors and computer-controlled systems continuously regulate temperature, humidity, and plant nutrition with remarkable precision. The result? Roses with vibrant colors, longer stems, and exceptional freshness, meeting the exacting standards of international markets and making Mauvel a rising star in the global floriculture industry.
हमारे पास 22 प्रकार का वैरायटी है। ये डच रोजेस का वैरायटी हमने पॉलिहाउस में करने के बाद उसको अच्छा जो मार्केट में उनको जो फ्लावर चाहिए वो बड़ साइज चाहिए, उसका कलरिंग होना चाहिए, उसका थिकनेस बड़ा होना चाहिए, उसका नो मुड़ने वाला फ्लावर होना चाहिए। अगर उसको थिकनेस बड़ा हाइटेड फ्लावर मिल गया, मार्केट में जो फूल चाहिए वो मिल गया, वो मिलने का तरीका खाली पॉलिहाउस में सर हो। और पॉलिहाउस में अगर फ्लावर कंट्रोल क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल कर दिया तो हम दुनिया में जो फूल उगाते हैं सब लोग यूरोप कंट्री में जैसा गल्फ कंट्री केन्या कंट्री में उगाते हैं वो लेवल का फ्लावर हम इंडिया में दे रहे हैं और यही फ्लावर हम यूरोप कंट्री में दे रहे हैं, गल्फ कंट्री में दे रहे हैं, ऑस्ट्रेलिया जापान को दे रहे हैं।
The journey from farm to global markets begins the moment these roses are harvested. Without wasting a single minute, they're placed in a specialized hydration solution and swiftly transferred to a cold room. This is where the critical cold chain process begins, a key factor in preserving freshness for international exports. The flowers are then carefully graded based on stem length, bud size, and quality before being expertly bundled and prepared for shipment to destinations around the world.
टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करने के लिए पॉलिहाउस से डायरेक्ट पैकिंग तक उसका डिस्पैच तक उसका पूरा टेम्परेचर अपने कंट्रोल करना पड़ता है। जो फूल हार्वेस्ट होता है, हार्वेस्ट होने के बाद वो फूल पानी में रखने के बाद वो फूल ऐसे टेम्परेचर में रखते हैं हम। उसका मिनिमम टेम्परेचर 4 डिग्री, मिनिमम 4 और मैक्सिमम 6 डिग्री ऐसे टेम्परेचर में उसको हम कम से कम 12 घंटे उसको रखते हैं। उसको बोलते हैं हम प्री कूलिंग में फ्लावर रखें। वो फ्लावर अपने को 12 घंटे रखने के बाद उसका हर्निंग हो जाता है। उसके बाद दूसरे दिन हमने उसको प्री कूलिंग के बाद उसको हम ग्रीडिंग के लिए लेते हैं। डीलीफिंग करने के बाद उसका हम जो ग्रीडिंग रूम में लेते हैं उसमें 18 से 20 डिग्री मेंटेन करते हैं उसमें।
The most remarkable aspect of this billion rupee floriculture industry is not the Dutch roses. It is the women behind them. The farms and packaging units in Mauvel have created year-round employment opportunities for thousands of local people, especially women. Many who once depended on seasonal work or were confined to household responsibilities are now playing a vital role in India's growing global export ecosystem.
पहले कंपनी नहीं थी तो खरीदने के लिए कुछ भी पैसा नहीं था पास में और खेत में काम एक दिन मिलता था और कंपनी में आई तो साल भर में काम रहता है।
मैं यहाँ आई तो मुझे कुछ नहीं आता। यहाँ आई तो बहुत सारे चीज़ सीखने को मिला, जैसे कि स्पोर्ट निकालना, नोकल के बंच कैसे होते हैं, स्पोर्ट का बंच कैसे होते हैं, यहाँ से मार कैसे जाते हैं, मार कैसे आते हैं, वगैरह वगैरह।
From high-tech poly houses to international flower markets, Mauvel's Dutch rose industry is a story of innovation, exports, and empowerment. As technology transforms farming and women drive its success, these roses are carrying the fragrance of a confident next-gen India to the world. One of the most remarkable things about India is that it blends breathtaking natural beauty with history at every turn. Few places reflect this better than the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Here, turquoise waters, pristine beaches, and lush landscapes coexist with stories of courage, sacrifice, and resilience that shaped our nation's freedom struggle. Join us on a journey where paradise meets history and where every wave and every landmark echoes a legacy worth remembering. Crystal clear blue waters, powdery white beaches, and lush tropical forests stretching to the horizon, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are a showcase of nature at its most spectacular. To experience this island paradise firsthand, we began our journey in Port Blair, the capital and gateway to the archipelago. At the heart of the city lies Aberdeen Market, a vibrant souk where local handicrafts, colorful shops, and the refreshing taste of freshly cut coconuts offer visitors a glimpse into everyday island life. Our journey also took us to the historic Chatham Sawmill, established in 1883 and regarded as one of Asia's oldest and largest sawmills. Nearby, the Forest Museum displays intricate handicrafts crafted from rare Andaman timber, offering fascinating insights into the island's rich biodiversity and cultural heritage. Yet, the story of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands is about far more than natural beauty. Beneath this tropical paradise lies a history that is both powerful and poignant. Following the Indian Rebellion of 1857, the British colonial administration transformed these remote islands into a penal settlement, sending prisoners and political detainees thousands of kilometers from the mainland. It was this chapter that laid the foundation for modern settlement in the islands and forever shaped their place in history.
अंग्रेज जो एरिया को डेवलप करते, सेटलमेंट वहाँ पर कराते, लोगों को बसाते, तो उनके नाम से वो विलेजेस का नाम पड़ गया। जो चीफ कमिश्नर या सुपरिटेंडेंट होते थे, उनके नाम से कई विलेजेस हो गए। फरारगंज इज द चीफ कमिश्नर्स नेम, केटलगंज इज द नेम ऑफ अ चीफ कमिश्नर। इस तरह अलग अलग, प्रोथरापुर, ब्रिजगंज, ये सब ब्रिटिशर्स नाम थे, उन्हीं के नाम से ये सब हो गया।
The most iconic landmark of Port Blair is the Cellular Jail, a powerful reminder of India's freedom struggle and the sacrifices of countless revolutionaries. Built between 1896 and 1906, the jail was designed for the dreaded punishment of Kalapani, where prisoners were exiled and kept in complete isolation. Its 693 solitary cells were meant to break their spirit, but many freedom fighters remained steadfast in their resolve. Today, the Cellular Jail stands as a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and India's journey to independence.
पहले मालूम था इस चीज़ के बारे में। मैं यहाँ पे अलग अलग कोर्टिया घूमा। मैं यहाँ पे ये देखने आया था कि यहाँ पे लोग कैसे रहते थे। जितने भी क्रांतिकारी थे या फिर जिनको जितने भी प्रिजनर्स थे वो यहाँ पे कैसे रहा करते थे, उनको क्या खाना दिया जाता था।
दिस इज़ बेस्ट एक्चुअली। ये हमने स्कूल में पढ़ा था इसके बारे में, आज वो सारी मेमोरीज फ्रेश हो रही हैं, देख रहे हैं उन्होंने कैसे स्ट्रगल किया था हमारे लिए और कैसे आज हम खुली हवा में सांस ले रहे हैं जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दोज पीपल। तो अच्छा लगा, सब कुछ बेस्ट था यहाँ पे।
Especially the details in terms of the gallows, the way that our freedom fighters were tortured. I was not expecting it to be this transparent as well in terms of the history.
Walking through the narrow corridors and solitary cells, we arrived at perhaps the most haunting part of the cellular jail, the gallows, where many freedom fighters made the ultimate sacrifice for India's independence. A journey through the Andaman Islands is about much more than breathtaking beaches and crystal clear waters. It is a journey through history itself, where every landmark tells a story of courage and sacrifice, and every experience leaves a lasting impression long after the journey ends. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands beautifully blend stunning natural beauty with India's rich freedom struggle legacy, offering visitors a unique journey where history, heritage, patriotism, and paradise come together. And with that, we wrap up today's episode of My India. I'm your host, Sarah Walsh, and we'll see you next week at the same time. Goodbye and take care.